let's talk about how to hang a quilt using command strips. On this particular size it tells you how much weight it can hold, but we're going to be generous. So I'm in Canada, and so I do everything in grams or kilos. 1,066 grams, so that's 1 kilo and a bit. So that's telling me that a pair of these could hang this quilt quite easily. But you also don't want it to sag in the middle, so we're going to add some to the middle as well, just to help balance it. This quilt has a sleeve attached to the back already, because I sent it into a show, but we'll use the sleeve as the support for the command hooks. So here I have 4, which would be just 1 at each end, because you need 2 for each end, because 1 goes against the wall and 1 goes into the quilt. So actually, in order to have 1 at each end, and let's say 2 in the middle to support it and stop it from sagging, I actually need 8 strips in total. Peel off the backing tape stuff, so it's going to be sticky, and then position it where I want it on the sleeve. 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. So I position them where I want them, and now I just got to get some thread and sew them on. If you haven't got a sleeve, you could just sew it through the backing. For this part, I'm using a milliner's needle, which is quite long and thick. And I'm using polyester thread because it's strong, and I have 2 lengths and I've knotted them together. So when you're sewing it on, you're going to want to go through all of the layers of the command strip. I'm only adding the strips to the top of the quilt on this. I'm not adding any to the bottom. If you have like a long quilt or one that you might have a slight wave to it, maybe you want to add some to the bottom to just add a bit of extra support and keep it super flat against the wall. When I get to the bottom where I've got the curved piece, I'm actually just going to sew straight across with just a running stitch. So this is the part that you might benefit from having a thimble. This is what my first one looks like, and now all I need to do is the rest of them. So the next thing to do is to stick the other half of the strip onto the other one, if that makes sense. So I'm just peeling those bits off. All right, so as a type C personality, I'm not going to measure. Oh God, please be straight. I think it's good. And then if you don't get it straight, you can always slightly adjust it, because you've got the whole height of the strip to move it up and down. But that's how you hang a quilt with command hooks. If you have the arm strength, hold it down for a bit longer than I did, but yeah.